How's everyone doing? Hi, Jocelyn and everyone here. Before we begin, I know that Mr. Sejas has introduced some folks, but I'd like to introduce our staff just because it's always a pleasure working with them. And I want to personally thank them for supporting tonight and always and doing a job well done for what feels like already like the first half of the school year. And so if you could join me tonight by honoring them and thanking them for their attendance here tonight. If you could just wave staff member and if everyone could give like emojis, that'd be great. But Mr. Ajigbi, who's here tonight, Mr. Crawford, who I don't believe is here yet, Miss Dragon, Mr. Feinstein, Miss Ford, Miss Garrity, or as affectionately known, Miss G, Miss Howard Novak, Miss Miller, Miss Rahman, Miss Rigo Budo, and thank you for the opening polls, Mr. Sejas, Miss Somerville, thank you again, Miss Travers, Miss Wright, our Saturday writing staff, a few members are here tonight. Our summer staff members, Professor Schiff and his wife is here tonight. We thank you. Former staff members, Mr. G, I see you, Ms. Ventura, Mr. Bowman, thank you for being here tonight. It's hard not to get emotional seeing you guys, and so I hope to keep it together. Mentors, I see you in abundance tonight, and so I thank you for that. Our volunteers, our alum, and board members. So thank you for being here tonight. And then a special shout out to our newest team member, Mr. Fernandez, who is born and raised in Newark, Brick City, stand up. We are excited to have him lead our recruitment efforts and support on our middle school program. So please join me in welcoming him to our community. So thank you and welcome, Mr. Fernandez. If you know of a fifth grader or an eighth grader or a transfer student who is interested in the program, please visit our website for our inquiry form. And so quick plug for that. And so I want to start by saying earlier this year, once I caught wind that this remote space was no longer temporary and it was past the initial anticipation point, I scoured my books to find a self-help book that would get me through and help protect my sanity. And I was and continue to be stuck on a daily devotional that instilled a practice that I didn't even know was a term. And I'm curious if you guys knew that Thanksgiving is actually a noun. It's not just a holiday. And it is to the expression of gratitude. According to Webster, it's like specifically to God, but I think that could go beyond that, right? What is your God? So whether it's Allah, whether it's yourself, right? But that you are in constant gratitude. And so that's what I've been practicing for most of the pandemic, and it's been really helpful for me. And so as I share my learnings, I encourage you all to practice and give thanks every day, every minute, not just for Thanksgiving. It literally can turn your frown upside down. And once you start to focus on what you have and not what you don't have, it literally can bring an abundance of joy. And so I encourage you to practice it. And since we're here tonight, and it's essentially our Thanksgiving party, I want to lead by sharing how grateful I am to be part of a community of people that I love and that love me, that honor, support, and protect one another. I've been here for 9.5 years, and every year we grow, and I feel even more loved and connected to a larger community that will always have my back and that I'll always have theirs. Many of you may not get to see your family this holiday, but rejoice in the fact that they're healthy and that they're alive. As always, I'm excited to connect tonight and hope you practice Thanksgiving tonight and always. And before I turn it over to our next speaker, I want to say another thing I'm grateful for, which is Mr. Sejas. If I feel bad for people who don't have a Mr. Sejas in their life, he is the Olivia Pope of our community, and we are very lucky to have him. And so without further ado, Mr. Sejas, take it away.
As I'm muted, one moment, please. Thank you so much. So good evening. My name is Sergio Sejas, and I'm the Dean of Student and Family Affairs here at NJ Leap. The pandemic has changed many things. And so first, we're a guest in each other's homes, and there's no photo wall for us to be taking pictures in front of. And so I'll definitely miss that. Despite all of the changes we've encountered as an organization, one thing that has remained constant is that our families are at the core of what we do. And without you, we wouldn't be here. In reflecting over the past several months, and now as we enter a new phase where businesses are beginning to once again reclose, we are reminded of just how important family and community are. That in order for us to remain safe and secure, sacrifices need to be made. And you all have gone through great lengths to ensure that your families and children remain safe and healthy. With the challenges of virtual school, you've all taken on expanded roles as teacher, coach, therapist, entertainer, all while managing your household. And above all, taking on and embodying the most essential job of all, that of guardian and parent. In my role, I have the privilege of coming into your home, of learning about you and your families. And this isn't a privilege that I take lightly. Throughout this year, we've grieved immense losses. We've worried, we've struggled, we've voiced our fears. But through it all, we've somehow managed to celebrate our successes and find joy in some unexpected places. Tonight, I want to make you a simple promise. And that promise is that NJ Leap is here no matter what. So even though we don't know what we're facing, one thing I know for certain is that we're with you every step of the way. We're a team, and together we'll work on conquering whatever the future might bring. And so we gather today to celebrate you, our families, and all the hard work you've done to ensure that our community is stronger. We've chosen to highlight 3 families who represent the core principles of family engagement here at NJ Leap, but rest assured, if time allotted, we would be honoring every single one of you. And so now I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Wright, our middle school program manager, to begin this evening's first award.
Thank you, Mr. Sejas. We are so grateful for everything you do, especially in putting all of Fall Harvest together. So welcome to our families, especially our middle school families. Y'all joined NJ Leap on this new adventure as we launched the program in summer 2019. Those are for our 7th grade families, our 6th grade families. We're so lucky to have you as a part of this program, continuing that journey. And you all have been crucial to the success of the program so far. I can't thank you all enough for your support, especially as we navigate the challenges of virtual learning together. We're figuring it out as we go, and it's amazing how students and families have continued to rise to the occasion. The parents that we're honoring tonight have been all in for NJ Leap since day one. Their support of NJ Leap and their son's success shines through in every interaction I've had with them. They're always there to greet us with a smile on their faces, willing to collaborate and do what's necessary to see their students succeed. And so I am incredibly grateful they're a part of the NJ Leap family. So I'm very happy to invite Siku Keta to tell us more about his parents.
Thank you, Ms. Wright. I'd just like to say before I start the speech that I'm very thankful for my family and all the things that they have done for me. And it's been a very difficult ride for not only me, but for them through this whole NJ Leap transition. Hi, I'm Siku Keta, and I'm in 7th grade. Just like you, I love my parents. I know this is such a simple prompt, but when you have parents that do almost everything for you, you learn to love them. Let's be honest, parents do get on our nerves when they tell you to pause a video game while in the middle of a mission, or decline your request to go out with your friends and then tell you about how things were in the olden days. That may happen to me, but I have to recognize how many things they do for me. My mom, who happens to be a nurse during the COVID pandemic, put herself on the line every single day to help save lives and provides for me and my siblings. She also makes sure that we are safe by giving us masks and hand sanitizer. And after a busy day at home, she still makes time to help me with my schoolwork. Now it's time for my dad. Even though he makes a lot of bad dad jokes that you fake laugh at, he's very supportive. When he's not at work, my dad takes care of me and my sisters at home. He was always making sure that I complete my assignments and that I have stage for any test. And he doesn't only help me, he helps my sisters complete their work too. My dad has really encouraged me to learn more. Before, I never used to read, and every time I had an assignment, I used to have my mom check it over for me. But then my mom started working later hours, and only my dad was around to help. He pushed me to do my work independently and find the answers for myself. This helped me evolve not only as a student, but as a writer also. One of the mottos in our house when it comes to school is double or nothing. It's either you write 3 good paragraphs and get a 100 on this assignment, or you're not getting on the Xbox this weekend. And it may seem like such a chore, but when you see the perspective that they're coming from, the teacher isn't going to want a lazy 2.5 paragraph. And as hard as it may sound, when you get it done and you feel that sense of pride from your parents as they see you persevere, it makes you see the message that they've been trying to send you. For example, I used to hate writing assignments. It was to the point where I was missing a major writing assignment and it turned my grade from a solid 84 to a 58. And of course, my parents were concerned and turned to the teacher. He said I had a lot of ideas, I just didn't like to write them down on paper. Seeing my parents' disappointed faces changed something in me. I started doing my assignments and my grade went up 20 points. The reason why I got such a much better grade is because I knew that my parents supported me and that they would support me no matter what path I took, as long as it was the right one. Both my parents have helped me want to learn more and more things around the world. Almost every single day, we all sit down in the living room and watch CNN. That might be unique to my family, but we are a family that loves each other. And yeah, sometimes I laugh at them or eavesdrop on their conversations, but my parents want the best for me. And when I grow up, I want to be able to provide for them in the same ways that they have provided for me. So I say thanks, Mom and Dad, for all the times that you have helped me learn from my mistakes and see more learning as more as a gateway to my future. I truly love you, Mom and Dad.
Fantastic, Siku. Thank you. Well done. Well done. Thank you, Ms. Wright. Thank you, Siku. Awesome job. And so to continue on with the awards of the evening, so many of you in this room know the next parent. In fact, some of you are probably here due to her efforts. I remember one time she stopped by our office and she asked if I had any recruitment flyers. And so I grabbed a stack from my desk and I handed it to her without like seeing really how many. And I was like, oof, maybe it's too many. She'll get upset. She looks me dead in the face and goes, this is it. Give me more. I know people. Right. So this is just an example of her giving spirit. And so I'll invite her daughter up to tell us a little bit more about her mom.
I am proud to be honoring a superhero in our community, and I have the privilege of calling her mom. I know it is hard being a single mom of 3, and I know I give her a hard time, but she really is my superhero. Unlike your typical superheroes, her powers do not extend to physical strength or speed, but rather she possesses the ability to make people feel welcomed and loved. Although she is my mom, growing up I often felt like she was the mom of the community. Every time my school or program needed a flare of creativity, help on a project, or access to a community resource, Mama Morales is the one to call. You need a number, she's got it. Arts and craft supplies, boom, done. She can put Google to shame. The number of hours my mother would spend talking to strangers about programs my sisters and I were involved in was at times frustrating. It did not matter if we were running late or whether we were in line at the grocery store, waiting for the bus, you name it. You can count on my mom to be connecting people. As I grew older, I realized just how powerful a gift this was. My mom's, let's call it, talkative nature comes from a desire to help people. I'm so proud to call a woman with so much heart my mom. Now I even find myself stopping younger students in the hallway of my school, making sure that they know programs that they can take advantage of. My mom has always pushed me and those around me to do things we don't typically want to do, but it always ends up being the most memorable experience of our lives. In middle school, my mom made me and my friends join the debate team, and as much as we fought her on the idea, we worked hard and became the top debaters in our city. I will never forget the day my mom handed us an application to NJ Leap. My days are filled with, well, Alyssa, did you finish the application? And we were lovingly pestered until our applications were submitted. 7 of us were enrolled in the program, and through the hard work of NJ Leap and our families, our lives changed forever. The energy my mom put forth in making sure we applied did not stop when we were admitted. Let me paint you a picture. Every single debate we had sophomore and junior year, there was this woman running from room to room at the law school cheering each of us on. That woman is my mother. And soon she would cheer us on as we graduated from high school and began our journey to college. None of this would have been possible without her. My mother, Evelyn Morales, plays a major role in not only my success story and the success of my siblings and countless others. She's the reason I have a marvelous, marvelous day every day, and she's the reason I push myself. She's a reminder to everyone that although life may be filled with challenges, you're not here for a long time, so you have to make the best of it. She's almost like the cook on Thanksgiving Day who spends hours in a hot kitchen making sure there's enough food for everyone to eat and barely leaves the plate for herself. Congratulations, Mom, on this award of recognition. I also want to take this moment to assure you that the 7 women you helped open a world of possibilities for will continue to pay it forward. We love you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Alyssa. That was beautiful. There's a lot of dust in the room. It's okay. Allergies, these winter allergies are just, this is a lot. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Mama Morales.
Thank you, Alyssa. So Mom, I can attest that all 7 of those women gave you full credit for the reason why they are in the program in some of their college applications. So for me, it is a great honor to work with students and their families on their journey to college. It is an even bigger honor to work with 3 students from the same family, from CAP meetings to opening nights for the annual musical and combined staff and family group chats, just catching up. The Next family has been a very integral part of our community for the last 5 years. I want to turn over the mic to Richard Gual.
Okay. Hi guys. I'm Richard, and my parents are both here. To begin, I just want to say by thanking the NJ Leap community and families for supporting each and every one of us on our journey as NJ Leap students. It honestly has been truly incredible to experience all of the adventures along the way. But the 2 most important people that I want to thank and recognize are my mother and father. Being the youngest of 3, I saw my 2 sisters progress through NJ Leap, knowing that one day I too would be a part of this community. From my first day at NJ Leap, both of you have had my back and have poured so much love and effort when it comes to helping my sisters and me work towards achieving our goals. Every day, I am thankful to have you both as my parents. You are my role models, and I aspire to have your work ethic, faith, and generosity. Now that Najalis is ready to graduate college, Giselis is just starting college, and I will soon be entering college. We wonder what you will do with your time now that you won't have debates to attend, workshops to be a part of, and musical rehearsals to sit through. The 3 of us will always keep the lessons you have taught us in our hearts and minds as we experience the world on our own. I still remember the phone call that I received during the summer from NJ Leap about my acceptance. And you both instantly got up and started dancing around the dining room table, literally with pom-poms waving in the air. At that time, I thought it was cringe, but now looking back, I would have not changed a thing because you both are perfect just the way you are. And I am so grateful and honored to be your son. As a sophomore, when I would write my debate briefs at the kitchen table, my dad would sit on the sofa, just so I knew that although I was working late into the night, I was not alone. This kind of support is what made me keep going, and it taught me to always keep the ones you love close to me. They are invested everything my sisters and I do. They have rushed straight from work on countless occasions to make it to our events, whether it be a game or a workshop. We can count on them to be there. And don't get me started on when we receive one of those famous Robo Sejas calls. The house stops. As 7 phones go off at once, and we are all hushed to listen to the message. I personally want to thank you for everything you do at home, working long and tireless hours during a full-blown pandemic to provide for us, and making sure we are always safe when we step outside. Despite your busy schedules, you always make the time to have a one-on-one connection with each of us. And this love means so much to me, Jay, and Najalis. For example, the car rides home from rehearsals. My parents would have to endure every musical number while my sisters and I would sing our hearts out. Then once we made it home, we would work on our homework and songs would still be playing late into the night. How many of you in the audience can sing songs from In the Heights, The Little Mermaid, Ragtime, and The Addams Family? My mom and dad can. Why do you ask? They have sat through hours of rehearsal and helped me and my sisters run all of our lines. There was one thing we can always count on every time the curtain went up. Our mom and dad would be right in front and center giving us a standing ovation. Now that I know this speech barely scratches the surface in mentioning all the things you have done for me and our family, but I want to tell you both that you do mean so much to me and the Angelique community. Najalis, Giselle, and I love you with all of our hearts and hope that you are proud of us and how far we have come. And this is all because of your hard work and sacrifice. Now we want to give you your very own standing ovation. We love you, Mom and Dad.
Love you too.
Love you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Well done. Thank you to our families. Always an inspiration. Ms. Dragon, the floor is yours.
Okay, what an act to follow. Good evening, everyone. My name is Claire Dragon. I'm the Managing Director of External Engagement at NJ Leap. And I'm fortunate enough to work with all of these awesome students as well as our volunteers. Every year, hundreds of volunteers support our students, either one-on-one or in small groups. For all the board members, volunteers, and attorney mentors who have joined us tonight, thank you. We really, really appreciate all you've done for our students and your commitment to our community. NJ Leap attorney mentor volunteers dedicate countless hours one-on-one with our high school students to help them through our constitutional law course and series of debates. Not only do our mentors help their mentees with legal briefs and practicing oral arguments, but they become trusted friends. 3 years ago, there were 2 longtime volunteers who finally became attorney mentors. We knew them very well, and we immediately thought of 2 students we should pair them with. When I told Mr. Feinstein which mentor would be paired with which student, he was confident in his response: switch them. Begrudgingly, we made the switch before the mentor-mentee meet and greet, and I'm so glad we did. Our entire staff has come to know these pairs and has had the honor of witnessing these relationships blossom. From regular meetings at the NJ Leap office, to philosophical discussions over meals, to celebrating debate wins, many debate wins, to visiting colleges together, and so much more. Tonight, we are recognizing these 2 mentors who have truly gone above and beyond. To give out our first Attorney Mentor Award, please welcome Janique Aguirre.
Good evening, everybody. All right. So my name is Janique Aguirre. I am a student at NJ Leap. From grammar classes freshman year, to the constitutional law debate sophomore year, to the ACT prep junior year, and now the college application process. These almost and a half years of NJ Leap have been quite a journey. But I was not alone. I have my NJ Leap peers. I have my NJ Leap staff. But most importantly, there is someone who has been helping me individually and tremendously for the past 2 years in my constitutional law debate, and is integral to my NJ Leap experience, my mentor, Tom Byrne. The most difficult part of my debate experience throughout my sophomore year was writing. Not only did I have to learn a diction of constitutional law debate, but I also had to catch up in terms of grammar and eloquence. Nurturing my skills, Tom guided me, helping me understand how to think critically like a lawyer. An important lesson Tom has taught me was consistency, which continues to polish my writing to this day. With his support spread throughout our various meetings, long phone calls, and dinners, I won 4 debates in a row, 4 awards for my brief, and became the 2019 Debater of the Year. Tom helped me grow not just in debates, but also with my intellectual interests. When Tom drives me back home, we often talk about the formation and collapse of societies. Lending me his copy of Jared Diamond's Gun, Germs, and Steel, Tom and I engaged in conversations that played a pivotal role in my appreciation for the humanities. My favorite moment with Tom has to be when Tom took me to the Boston area to see his daughter. On our way there, I was able to visit prospective colleges like Amherst and Yale. I am very grateful for a memorable and fun trip. This whole experience with the mentorship program brought me experiences I treasure, and Tom has truly made that a reality. It is my honor to present him with the Mentor Recognition Award. Thank you, and congratulations, Tom.
Thank you, Janique. That was great.
Thank you, Janique. It's wonderful.
So for our second award, I would like to welcome Ramon Jack.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here to dedicate my reward to Steve Tuggerman. Sophomore year, I met someone special. Steve, as I reflected on my last 2 years, words simply cannot express my deepest appreciation of you. Brought together for academic purposes, I soon began to learn from his views and perspectives and wealth of knowledge and experience. Thank you for always encouraging me, calling me, and giving me advice and directing me in the right path. Steve has proven to be more than a mentor. Our relationship soon evolved that I characterize him as a father figure. What I am most grateful for is a generosity of spirit, urging me to strive to be the best I can be. Steve, I am so grateful that you took me under your wing when I first started constitutional law debates. Your leadership has helped me realize my potential. I would not be where I am without you. Not only are you fantastic at your job, but you have also proven to be a loving and caring person, both during NGLEAP events and out in the real world. Thank you for being there for me and teaching me so much. Your encouragement and advice has led me to places I thought I never would go. It was quite difficult for me to achieve in high school without your support and care. Your wisdom and knowledge have a great impact on my life. You are a man of wisdom, a true human being. You inspire me to lead a simple life and always choose the right path no matter what. I never really said how much I appreciate you. Your hard work and passion never failed to amaze me. You taught me to turn my mistakes into my skills. I truly believe that you are a great person. You have shown me how to be a more effective human being, and for that, I cannot thank you enough. You are the best mentor one could ever have. I am humbled by your generosity of spirit, your willingness to ever be present, and I am privileged and honored to have you in my life for the past 2 years. It is not common for a teenager to have someone this impactful stand by their side, but my mentor did that. I hope that everyone could be similarly privileged to have such a person, just like my mentor, Steve. And whenever such a person crosses your path, please never take people like my mentor for granted. I certainly never did and never will. Thank you.
Directly to me, Mr. Sess?
Yes, you read my mind.
Excellent. So good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Feinstein. I'm NJ Leap's Executive Director. Before we go any further, everyone has given a lot of recognition to a lot of our incredible staff members, volunteers, mentors. I just want to say a special thank you to Mr. Sejas for putting this whole evening together. A big round of applause for Mr. Sejas for making this happen. So the thing that I want to say in closing, well, I want to say two things. First off, I would be not doing my job if I didn't take this opportunity to just say that, I'd encourage everyone to make sure that you are paying attention and following the news relative to COVID. Unfortunately, I think as we've all seen, rates are way back up. I know the city of Newark and the state of New Jersey in general has been putting in place various precautions and various actions. And I just want to encourage everyone to be, follow the mayor, sign up for Nixle reports, which are if you text your phone number or your zip code to 888-777, it'll give you updates. Now is the time for us all to make sure that we're hunkering down. And I know that might be challenging, but just a quick reminder to everyone that, hopefully, we are in the home stretch of this process. It won't be quick, but we're in the home stretch, and just a reminder to everyone about that. Now, the last thing I want to say for this evening is I think the most striking and beautiful thing to me about tonight was all of our incredible speakers and hearing and seeing the way that they so confidently and proudly told people in their lives who they love and who mean something to them, what they mean. And I think that is an often overlooked skill that is so important. If nothing else, this past year has taught me personally that I need other people in order to be okay. I need the love and connection from my family, from my friends, from my colleagues, from the students to feel okay. And the absence of that this year has made it not okay a lot. And seeing our students so proudly telling their mom, their parents, their mentors that they love them, that they've made them better is really just a beautiful and simple act. And, I know it's Thanksgiving on Thursday, and I know a lot of people aren't necessarily comfortable saying those types of things. But I would just encourage everyone, if nothing else this year has taught us, say the things that are in your heart and use some time over this weekend to tell the people in your life that you love them, that you care. And I think, I know that you'll feel good about it, and so will they. So again, thank you all so much for being here this evening. I know Mr. Sejas is going to transition us to some excellent activities, but it was wonderful to see so many of you. I mean, there are 48 participants, but I see 2 and 3 family members and many screens. So I think we're probably closer to 200-300 of us together tonight. And I think that's something really special too. So thank you all, everyone.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Feinstein. So that is correct. So we are now entering the interactive community portion of the evening. So we're going to do a little bit of a scavenger hunt, if you will. For those of you that would like to stay on, it's going to take around 15 to 20 minutes. For those of you that want to use this opportunity to jump off the call, feel free to do so. If not, I will place you in a breakout room. So completely up to you. And so I'll be placing everyone into breakout rooms. But before then, I want to introduce Ms. Ford, who's going to give us a little bit of a rundown.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ms. Ford. I'm the College Student Success Manager. So just a couple things about our scavenger hunt for this evening. Number 1, you're gonna have fun. Number 2, you won't have to do it by yourself. We'll be in teams in a breakout room. And number 3, it will get a little competitive because we have to beat the clock. We'll have about 15 minutes in the breakout room to complete the scavenger hunt. So I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek of the scavenger hunt before we begin. So you can start thinking about, what do you want to do? So you'll have 15 minutes to find, do, or identify with a few of the things that are listed on the scavenger hunt. The higher you are on this list, the lower the points are. The lower you are on this list, the higher the points are. So the more points that you receive, the more likely you will have an opportunity to win. And what will you win? You'll win an opportunity to be Insta famous on our Instagram page. And so, little shameless plug, go ahead and follow us at NJ Leap on Instagram, and we will feature your winning team on there. So, Mr. Sejas, how are we doing?
We're doing good. I just need to move a couple of people around and we'll be opening in a minute or two.
Amazing.
Just give me one minute.
So everyone will be placed in a breakout room. You'll be in a breakout room with staff members as well. So you'll get some intimate time to chat with us and to work on this activity together. Does anybody have any questions about the scavenger hunt? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm excited about it. Did you get to start thinking a little bit about what you want to do? A little bit. I shared the screen very quickly. So I'll have Mr. Sejas break us out into these rooms. Click OK, and we will see you in the smaller breakout rooms.
Yes, I'm almost done. I'm so sorry. Almost done. There.
It's fine. I'll share my screen again. We'll get another little sneak peek over here. We can get started. 1 point, 5 points, 10 points, 20 points. Start thinking about how you would like to contribute to this board.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And we will be opening the rooms now. So you will see a little pop-up and you can join the rooms.
Okay. My name
what
is
grade you're
Kristen.
in?
My name is Kristen Martinez, and I'm a senior, and I attend St. Vincent Academy, which is an all-girls school. And yeah, I'm part of NJ Leap.
Thank you. Noemi?
Hi, I'm Noah.
Hello?
Can you put me back in room 5?
Room 5? You got
Yeah.
it. Hi, Madge. Would you like me to put you in a room? Do you remember what room you were in? Hello, hello. The competition was fierce. My phone is blowing up. It's like, run me my points, Sejas, run me my points. I'm like, okay. I'm like,
I was looking at that Google sheet. I'm trying to make sure, you know, who's putting in their points in there. We can't have any cheaters. People are trying to get their last minute points.
they
in.
were. I'm gonna close the rooms. I'm gonna close the rooms really soon.
Mike's team is going to win.
I hope so. Let's see. We had a violin performance. Impressive.
Excellent. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm looking at the board. I'm looking at the board now.
So just want to point out there that room 5 right here, champions.
Yeah,
I'm loving it. People are trickling back. We're trickling back in. I'm sure some of you were what we call snatched back. So mid-sentence, you were swooped into the main room. We're just gonna let a couple of seconds for people to rejoin us. I'm looking at the tallies. A lot of you were quick. We have a lot of full rooms. We have a lot of rooms that we have a lot of rooms that got the whole board. So that just means next time we need to make the board harder. But there's one team that the pacing was on point. And so as is tradition, we have to do a drum roll because it wouldn't be an event without a drum roll. So exactly, I'm loving it. So we're drum rolling it. And that was the room of Ms. Ford. They finished with like 3.5 minutes to go. It was Erica Davila, Cedric Judy, Frida, Rania, Trinity, Ms. Martinez, and Zoe. So awesome, awesome job. Followed very close by Ms. Wright and Ms. Somerville. I had a blast. The selfies on my phone are just fantastic. People were sending me evidence. I loved it. And so thank you all for a fantastic evening. Again, we are so grateful to have you as part of our community. We wish you a very happy Thanksgiving, that you remain safe and healthy, and hopefully we can all be together soon. But thank you all, and enjoy the evening, enjoy the weekend. A huge shout out to the staff who helped with the breakout rooms. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Round of applause. And now you are free to go and enjoy your evening. Room 4, Ms. Ford's team, you will be featured on our Instagram. When? Maybe soon. Keep your eyes peeled and follow us on our social media. Have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you,
Bye-bye. Muchas gracias.
Happy
Hasta luego.
Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Mr. Sejas, quick question.
Yes.
Send the screenshots to your phone.
Yes, you can do my phone, my email, whatever's easiest for everyone involved.
All right, got it.
Thank you.
Mr. Sejas, I'm so sorry. I forgot to take a picture of the room. I'm not sure if you got it, Miss.
Don't worry about it. We're fine.
We were way too into it in our room, and there were also only 5 of us, so we had to really move.
Does Clarissa's family picture count?
I learned very quickly that when you make a breakout room and you're like, oh, good, it's even, people can leave after that. So when I went to the rooms, I'm, what happened to all the people? And so that's why I went into your room to split you guys up, and then you had started already. And I was like, let me just make myself invisible. Leave room, leave room.
So is this the time that I changed Miss Ventura